All right, good afternoon, good evening, traders. It's time for the Sunday evening review and Rev-Up. First thing I want to talk about before we get into the charts is I want to talk about trading by itself. What is the action of trading? All too often, we are trying to make trading the verb. What we need to do is we need to take a step back and take a look at what it actually is. Trading is just a retail business. There's no difference between trading fish, flowers, jeans. All you're trying to do is figure out what the wholesale price is, get in at the wholesale price, and sell with the ability to make a margin at or above the average retail price of the consumer. Trading is exactly the same thing. We want to keep it the same way. So how do we figure that out? Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to create a business plan, right? And in any business plan, we want to remember that there's always three parts that we have to identify first. This is where your coach is going to come in and help you identify what those are for you individually in your own trading plan. I've thought of what would the perfect scenario look like of someone coming in and getting maximum benefit and value from the Market Flow Trader live trade desk. So it would look like this. You come in through the 7-day trial, you decide if it fits, works for you. Once you decide that it does, you come in and you immediately attend the live trading desk, review the essentials material, and schedule consistent calls with your coach. It's the hack. The coach is the hack. The hack is the coach is going to give you the experiences that he's gone through and going to put them in front of you to individualize your plan. You want to make sure that you are upfront, attentive, asking questions, doing your homework every single day, doing what's needed to be done, doing exactly what your coach is telling you to do. The homework that needs to be done is as important as trading inside the trading session, if not much more important than sitting there all day long trying to just trade. A lot of the times when we were younger, we learned through the homework that we had. Remember in elementary school, junior high, high school, all those weird projects that they had us do? We didn't learn that stuff in school. We learned it on our way when we were reading in, well, you kids nowadays have the computers, but we just had the encyclopedias. We had to go find that information on our own. When we found the information on our own, it was much more impactful on our education than when the teacher just told us the answer. So when you're in the live trading desk, don't just wait for the teacher to give you the answer. Look for the answer for yourself. It's more impactful if you find the answer. It's more impactful if you have a question to the market, yet you pose it in a way that you can find the answer. So that's why I always bring the answer back onto my traders in the live trade desk. It might not be true if I say it. It's probably true if you found the answer on your own. So let's look at it in that way. Regularly attend the live trading desk to hone your craft and consistently be getting coached. But the real hack to this whole thing is getting a trading coach. Okay, now that I've talked about that, let's dive right into the charts here. All right, what we have here on the charts is let's start at the daily chart here. Now all eyes on this line right here. This is the over-under for all of next week, all of the week after that. We go over or under. Now that we've looked at the daily chart, we can kind of see what we're looking at here. Let's bring in the news. I want to point this out before we go any further. Even though it looks like it's pretty relaxed here, before I point it out, do you spot it? I haven't moved my cursor on it just to give you a... Oh, here's the secret stash, right? If you're snowboarding, okay, and the local tells you he knows where the secret stash is, right? Follow him. Here's the secret stash of the plays, right here, 1:01 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday. All this other stuff is just, it's going to do whatever it's going to do. The algorithms have blown out the way that you can trade these other numbers, right? As Dave Chappelle would say, they're bombed out and depleted. Okay, we're gonna stick with that. Here's our secret sauce right here. Thursday, May 9th at 1:01 p.m. and Wednesday, May 8th at 1:01 p.m. That's where we're gonna wait for it to get all crazy because it catches people off guard, and then we're gonna execute. Now, what do we want to watch for? Well, we're watching to see a few days from now if we're over or under this 60 to 70 level. on the ES here, the June contract. Now, this looks like a train wreck. But let's bring the daily back out. We are so far up into the stratosphere that it wouldn't surprise me that this is a bear flag lower. However, here's what's stopping that thesis from continuously playing out. Are we ready? Inflation. This is what inflation looks like. If we're back out on the daily chart, I know we keep talking about this, but there's new people that have to hear this. This is what inflation looks like. When you go to the grocery store to feed your children, this is what your bill looks like. So why would it go down? Why, if the stocks are purchased in dollars and the dollar is collapsing, I always thought, oh, that's just a bunch of nonsense. And then you see it in real life. This is the true picture of inflation. So that's what's stopping this thing from falling. That's what's keeping this thing so buoyant. The true definition of inflation is too many dollars chasing too few goods or services. That's what's fueling this fire. Too many people, there's too many dollars that have been printed. Now they have to flush through the system. That's why the interest rates are so high. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's see if we can get anything. We do see it. Do you see it? Oh, do you see it? Do you see the two trades? The one that was a masterpiece that we nailed here. We've got the sword and shield here, which would also be called an inverted hammer 3-bar play or reversal pattern. Okay, big axe-like thing here. Looks more like a sword because you don't have a broad body. Okay, and then here now it is triggering the RBI play. Let me zoom into this. What we want to do is, and this is the Oliver Velez RBI, red bar ignore. I am plagiarizing this, not literally. I am just using his method. If we have this bar and it doesn't give the sellers what they want, and you can see that they've tried it several times and it hasn't worked. That they tried to sell and it's not working. We're breaking the structure plausibly. We've removed the red that's in front of us here. So now the open of this bar is 57.50. So 58 over under for Sunday night and Monday morning. Okay, that's what we're watching. All eyes on just this, waiting for this high to high trend line. Now, where do we get the high to high trend line? From an all-time high. Now, is it perfect? No, but we're at that number. Okay, Mancini's got it at 55, I believe. So how are we going to use this information? Good. I'm glad you asked. I know we've made this video a little bit long. They'll edit it down a little bit. We're at 11 minutes and 30 seconds right now. We'll probably get it down to 8 or 10 minutes, cutting all the gaps and the stuttering and the stammering. And let's leave a comment for the amazing editing that's starting to come through as we're getting comfortable with this software. Just say thank you, editors. They know who they are. All we want to do is if we're anticipating upside, okay. If we're anticipating upside, all we're going to do is follow the chart. All we're going to do is trade in position one. I'm going to give this to you, and I'm going to see who's paying attention. I want you to post something in the comments below. The secret to this whole chart, I'm giving you this secret. Now, it's going to be about 10 minutes into the video, so hopefully you're listening. Here's the Easter egg. The secret to this chart is you only trade in early position one. You only trade right here. You only trade right here. You're pushing it here. You're pushing it here. You're pushing it here. You're pushing it. It dies here. You're pushing it here. This would be okay. Okay. Light. If you made money here, it's best when it goes from narrow to right? As Velez says, we want our ignition bars to start from the moving average. Right? Look at here. This is interesting, right? Oh, look, it's go, 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 go. But watch this. Look at how this gets depleted here. How is that possible, right? So then you can't even trade this. Even this looks amazing. You can't trade it. If you trade only in first position, only in the initial part of it. So here's what's happening. Everybody's so scared to enter because they're not sure if it's the first part of it because they're not taking the binary trades. What they're doing is, and then they're like, oh, okay, well, now I know that it's green, green, green. Okay, now I'm going to take the trades. But what happens is they're going to take them here. They're going to take this one right here. It's going to stop them out, and the next one's going to win. You have to work early. You have to operate early. And this is where your core position starts from. You're wondering how you see some of these traders, and they're like, oh, my God, I've been long since 5136, whatever number, right? How do they get in? Well, because they're still long, because they understand that you have to operate your retail business early in the business cycle. Now, you're probably thinking early in the business cycle. Our business cycle is about 8 minutes long. Do we not understand this, right? Oh, well, I'm going to wait all day. No, okay. So the decisions that we make can play out within 2 or 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Let's think about that as we come into next week. I know this was a little bit longer of a video, but I really, really wanted to touch on it. Hope that helps everybody. I'll see everybody in the room tomorrow morning, ready to kick some booty. See ya.